Hi, everyone. Well, that was a nice intro. Thank you. And we're forever thankful for Doug and his relationship to us and our family. Like he said, back in 2001, it was a suggestion by my parents to have an abortion. And you can see Dominic, he's the one next to me in that picture. I always lose it thinking about that. That was just the Lord. I actually had an appointment for an abortion, and the Lord intervened at that time. But I was also very hopeless, as the girls had shared. And only at his caring place did I see true unconditional love. Staff there, volunteers, my birth coach, those are people that just shined Christ. And when you're lost and you don't know what that is, you're drawn to it in a very special way. And it causes you to have courage in the most hopeless situations. So I just want to say that, take that step, because my story, our story, is such an example of what happens in the span of time, things that I never even imagined. Since that, a lot like the girls that have come a little bit into the ministry, and fulfilled some goals. I was reconciled to my parents. Dominic is an honor roll student, wonderful football player, which I'm so proud. I always cry when he gets a touchdown and runs down the field and everyone says, "He's so fast." And I know that's God's mercy as well. And God has never stopped wanting to give the best to Dominic. And that has been so amazing to me, because I feel like I'm just kind of on the side receiving all these blessings, because he just continues. And I remember Dominic, at about 3 years old, had been over a friend's house, and God had always brought people through the ministry to, support me and watch him when I wanted to go to a parenting conference and things like that. And he had called a friend of ours Daddy, because the sons were, of course, calling their daddy, Daddy. And so they had talked to me, so I said, all right, well. So I had a talk with him, and I explained to him, and I always had told him, God is your daddy. He is the father to the fatherless. And I remember him explaining to him what a father is, at least an earthly father. And although Aaron did his best to teach him, how to swim and all that stuff. Thank you very much, Aaron. So he said, well, in his little 3-year-old version of explaining, yeah, he wanted to pray for that. And so we did. And a week later, I met Travers. Next week, actually, after more time and trusting and patience, we are legally, officially, going through an adoption of Travers to Dominic. And little Eric, yes, and little Eric is our little bundle of fun, but not because I'm here, but to tell you, Dominic's his favorite. And I had a chance to speak a month ago, up in Fort Pierce. We live about an hour away, and I spoke to some teen girls, and I was explaining my testimony and story, and and I was bawling, because I was explaining how I think there's about 40, 50 times a day where Eric just bursts out laughing, and he's laughing, and Dominic's making him laugh and smile, and and I work all day to make him, you know, happy. And you know, it's been such a redemption to be able to be at home and be a mom to Eric that I didn't have with Dominic. I had a lot to sacrifice with him. So I'm thankful for that blessing with Eric. But how many smiles wouldn't Eric have had if I had aborted him? And how would we ever have gotten together? So, just some things for you to think about as you think about supporting this ministry, being involved, being a volunteer, giving your time, because there's nothing more important than giving your time for this. Thanks.